तुम्हारे, देवी पूजी पद कमल तुम्हारे, सुर नर मुनि सब होहि सुखारे। माता पूजी पद कमल तुम्हारे, सुर नर मुनि सब होहि सुखारे। देवी पूजी पद कमल तुम्हारे, सुर नर मुनि सब होहि सुखारे. All right, so we are now going to the next chapter. अथ चतुपञ्चाशत्तमोऽध्याय, 54th chapter, and we are going to hear about Srinagar, the place where Mata agreed to live. So her spiritual abode is known as Srinagar. She appeared to Guru Brihaspati and Brahma and Vishnu as the ethereal goddess. So they are able to see her, but the Devatas could not behold her. So Guru prayed that, "Oh Ma, we want you to be residing in one particular place so that all the Devatas also can see you in a form. Everybody can worship you in a form. We are not able to see your formless conscious roop. So please appear in a form." Devi agreed. And Brahmaji then called Vishwakarma. And he told Vishwakarma that you have to build this city for Ma. Then Vishwakarma said, "Please give me some guidelines. What is it that you want me to build?" He said, "The city will be just a replica of what she is." Meaning, she is spread everywhere. Whatever you see in the world, it's her form. Everything that you see in the material world is just a reflection of herself. So in the spiritual world, when you build her spiritual city, it has to have everything, whatever there is in the material world. You know, when we read chapter 15 of Gita, the first sloka and the second sloka, Bhagavan says that this material world is a reflection of the spiritual world. So if you see any variety here, whatever you see, exactly similar varieties are there in the spiritual world. Only difference is here things are temporary. And they're always covered with the three gunas, Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. But in the spiritual world, these three gunas are not active. And it is not temporary. The happiness that you find here in this world, it comes and it goes. The relations that you make in this world, they come and they go. But in the spiritual world, the happiness only increases. And the relationships are forever. Everybody is serving Bhagavan there. The seasons that you see here, they are there. The trees that you see here, they are there. The rivers that you see here, they are there. Whatever you see, the varieties, as I told you, the varieties you see in this world is there in the spiritual world. In Gita, same thing Bhagavan told in 15th chapter, your roots are in the spiritual world. So this chapter gives us a glimpse of that spiritual world, Srinagar. Vishwakarma is talking to Brahmaji, and Brahmaji told, you have to find that place which is beyond millions of Brahmandas, universes. There is a Sudha Sindhu, an ocean of nectar. Beyond millions of multiple universes, there is an ocean of nectar. In that ocean of nectar, there is a mountain called Sumeru. And in that Sumeru mountain, there is a beautiful island called Manidweep. This island, Manidweep, so if you think like the aerial view, as they show it in the movies, okay, so Vishwakarma is going and looking for that place. Then he sees ocean, nectar, ocean of nectar. And nectar means Amrit, Sudha Sagar. And then in there he just sees, okay, there's a big mountain, very beautiful golden mountain. Okay, this is Sumeru Parvat. And in that mountain, okay, just land it. Let's land here. Let's land the chopper here. This is Manidvip. Why? Because it is shining. The rocks are shining. The whole Mani means something shiny, pearl, gems. So this island is island of gems. Shiny island. Okay. And in that, you are seeing wherever you see, first it is all covered with trees and trees and trees. What kind of trees? Oh, they are Kadamba Vriksha. Each and every Vriksha, not only Kadamba, they are Kalpa Vriksha. Kalpa Vriksha means you look at the tree and you ask anything, your desire will be fulfilled. In those islands, when we go there in the spiritual world, which is our real world, I always tell in 15th chapter also, I told the same thing. That is our world. Here you have to struggle hard for every little thing. But there, no. Whatever you want is there. You just think of it and it will be given to you. Here it takes time to materialize, but there it is not like that. So when you enter into Manidvipa, this island of gems, then you see all these Kalpavrikshas. The Kalpavrikshas means that which can fulfill all your desires. Whatever you have. By the way you reach to Manidvipa, let me tell you, the qualification to reach to Manidvipa is you become desireless. So those devotees who are only anchoring to be with Mother, they are the devotees who will enter this Manidvipa. So your only desire is now what? To see Ma. When will I see Ma? When will I be with her? When will be I serving her? When will be I with the devotees of the Ma? This is your desire. So all these Kalpavrikshas fulfill that desire. Even while we are sitting here and meditating, okay, Sudha Sagar, then we get into Sudha Sagar. From the Sudha Sagar, we have gotten into the Manidvipa, then in the Sumeru Parvat. Then from Sumeru Mountains, we get into the Manidvipa. Then from Manidvipa, we are seeing all these Kalpavriksha. Who are these Kalpavrikshas? These are great devotees of Ma who have become Kalpavriksha to fulfill the devotees of all the new incoming devotees. So we leave our body thinking of Ma. Bhagavan has taught us in Gita. Whatever form, whatever consciousness you are in, that you will receive, that body you will receive. So if you are a great Lalita devotee and you are on your deathbed and you are only thinking of Ma Lalita, how will you think of Ma Lalita if only throughout your life you have chanted Ma Lalita's name? If somebody is used to chanting Lalita Sahasranam, even just like this, it just comes in your mouth. Shri Mata, Shri Maharagi, Shri Sinasaneshwari. So here you are lying in your deathbed. You hear doctors are giving up, But you have chanted so much in your lifetime that even while you're alive, in your sleep, sometimes it happens, the mantra is going on. If that happens, it's a very good sign. Even if you're asleep, the mantra is going on. You get up to drink water and you see, okay, the mantra is going on. If that happens, it's a very good sign. So when you're in your deathbed, your subconscious mind will know what to chant now. You don't have to even instruct it or do anything. Now you have the hosh. Now you have conscious. Okay, you will instruct, remember Ma. At that time of death, it's impossible. Millions of scorpions stinging you. The pain is that much. If you have to come out of the pain, the doctors will give you some anesthesia, they give all those medicines by which you forget the pain. So you're in that state. So the body is sleeping, kind of, because it's about to go. But your subconscious, what is going to go? Your subconscious mind is going to go out. That is your soul. But if your subconscious mind is used to chanting Ma Lalita's name, even in its sleep, then at that time, the subconscious mind, nobody has to do anything. It knows, it will start chanting. And if you are dying thinking of Ma Lalita, you're out of the body. Where are you going to go? Straight. You will cross the ocean of this nectar, Sudha Sagar. You will straight go to Sumeri Parvat. And from Sumeri Parvat, you will go to Chintamani Island and you will see all the Kalpavriksha. And your subconscious mind will remember, this was taught to us in Tripura Rahasya. Getting it? That's how we meditate. We belong to that place. So you go to Manidvip and you are with the Kalpavrikshas. Then you keep moving ahead. Well, I'm talking the story as if I am going there. But Brahmaji is telling this to Vishwakarma, don't forget, okay? So Brahmaji is telling Vishwakarma. All right, so there will be like millions of kalpavrikshas there, and then you will see there are a lot of beautiful walls. And in this big city, there are many enclosures. So the first, and many forts, many estates will be there. And then first, when you go there, you will first see, okay, there are big forts which are close to 4 yojans. 4 yojans is, 1 yojan is close to 13 kilometers. So 13 times 4, 4 yojan. I'll just use yojan. Yojan is the way we say miles and kilometer. Similarly, yojan, you understood. 1 yojan is 13 kilometer, approximately 12.8 kilometers. So 4 yojan is that much. All right. So Brahmaji is telling Vishwakarma, then you will go to that place and there will be forts and houses, big houses made out of, their heights will be like close to 4 yojans. And then you will see that there will be an enclosure, a big enclosure. And that enclosure has to be close to like 7,000 yojans. And that enclosure will be made out of bronze. So you enter the city, you saw the Kalpavriksha, and then from the Kalpavriksha garden, you go inside, and there's a big enclosure, which is of bronze enclosure. Then you enter the gate of this bronze enclosure. And then you are seeing, wow, what a city. You see gardens here, you see gardens there, you see lakes, ponds, canopies, creeks, animals, birds. Just like if you enter a beautiful city here on earth, much more beautiful city with flowers and everything is in Srinagar. So after entering the bronze enclosure, you are entering that place and you see all these things. So all these birds and beasts, whatever is there, they are also great devotees of Ma from their past lives. They have taken this role here to entertain Ma. All the flowers and everything is coming from those trees to decorate Ma's palace. Who are these trees? Devotees of the past. So now you are entering. So this enclosure you saw, after, and you see, you enter there, after that, there will be another enclosure. So in this bronze enclosure, you will see a lot of animals and a lot of birds. And then there is different houses, palaces, palatial homes. So you're seeing these palatial homes, and there are 5 more layers in these palatial homes. And from there you go inside, and then you will see one home, which is very distinct from all the other homes. So this distinct home has 5 doors. To go inside also, you have to go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of doors. You have to 5 level of security you have to cross, and then you enter into that big palatial bronze home. Whose home is that? That is Kali's home. So first you're seeing Ma Kali. Kali is there with her Bhairav, Kal Bhairav, and they both are there. And this Kali has divided herself into 8 forms. So all these 8 Kalis with their 8 Bhairavs, they are with their own families, are there in this bronze enclosure. They have their own palatial homes. So you enter the bronze enclosure, you saw all these gardens, then you see 5 gates, then you see Kali's enclosure, then you enter there, you see Ma Kali, you see Kal Bhairav, and then along with her 8 other assistants are there. Their own palatial homes are there. They are there with their own Devis and Devtas and everybody, and then you pray to everybody, Namaskar, and then you move ahead. Next enclosure comes. It's a copper. So bronze, now copper. So the next enclosure is a copper enclosure. And sorry, I missed one enclosure here. The first enclosure was a reddish enclosure, okay, which is iron, then copper, then iron, then bronze, and then copper. So the third enclosure has come, which is copper enclosure. Now you go inside there, and in that enclosure, you will see that everything is all reddish in color, just like the copper. And you see a lot of ponds. And in that pond, there are many lilies that are blooming. All the blooming lilies are reddish in color. So this copper enclosure, especially, is all reddish in color. And in that pond below, you see many ponds, and then you go towards a place which is a big lake-like thing. So in that lake, you see a beautiful palatial home. So a lake home you're seeing. And that lake home is made out of copper. Copper and bronze. This is the decor of that palace. So copper and bronze colored lake home you see in this third enclosure. And of course, when you go there, you see this side also there is a garden, this side also there is a garden, and all the gardens are made up of kalpavriksha. And then you realize, who are living here? Oh, the seasons. And out of the season, the spring season, Madhuritu. So Madhu, the spring season, is living there along with its Shaktis. So Madhu has its wife, Shaktis. The spring season has its own energies. So all these people are living here in this copper enclosure, in this surrounded by lakes and more of lakes and water thing, and a lot of lilies growing here. Then you go more inside, you will see there is another quarters, another residential quarter, and that is of summer season, Grishma Ritu. He is also living there along with his associates. And there, where the summer is there, that place is, the trees there are called Harichandan trees. So Harichandan trees. So summer's palace is with Harichandan trees. Spring's palace is with a lot of lakes. So, and then you go ahead, you will see that the rainy season personified, he is also living there. So all the seasons personified, they have their quarters inside. And so the rainy season is there, and there are different walls. Some of the walls are having coppers, some of the wall is having bronze, some are made out of bronze, some are made out of iron, and some are made up of gold, some silver. So different kind of metals are used to make all these palatial homes of all these seasons who are there. And then you suddenly see the celestial tree Parijat. So one enclosure, you see there is only Parijat trees, and the smell there is so beautiful. So many flowers all around. And then you see millions of suns are there. Very small, tiny suns are there. So our sun is nothing. Very, very tiny suns are making this place more beautiful. And there are Kadamba ones, and everywhere the season, because of the beautiful seasons, different seasons in just one enclosure you see. So from spring season, you go to summer season, then you go to rainy season, then you go to cold season. So all the seasons are like that. So if you walk, you're seeing all the different seasons at one place in one enclosure. And based on the season, you are seeing different flowers. Based on the season, you are seeing like different creepers, different trees. Harichandan is there, different trees, how we see it in summer, like tropical forest will be different. Winter forests are different. So similarly, when you are walking in this area, based on those seasons, the trees are different, the flowers are different, the animals are different, the birds are different. And not only that, then you see all these bhauras. Bhauras means bees, bumblebees. You see a lot of bumblebees are here and they're going there. And what are the bumblebees doing? They are chanting the name of Ma, 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 Ma. So the name that you are used to chanting here, when you go to that abode, you look at the bhauras, the bumblebees, they are Ma, 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 Ma. So you're hearing Ma. You look at the flowers, all the flowers are blooming. What for? The sevikas, the maid servants are going to come. They're picking up the flowers. Why? Because Ma's mood is today spring. So we want to have a spring decor in our palace. So they're picking up the flowers. Who are these sevikas? You and I. We are the sevikas. You will say, how? Yes. When you worship your mother here, in your altar, every day you make flowers and you just offer to mother. You want to offer all the best thing to your mother. So here you are doing with material offerings, right? So mother is happy. She has to give you a chance to serve her directly, right? Where will you serve her directly? When you leave the body. And when you leave the body, what will happen? You will go to her lok. And there, one Sakhi will hold you, one servant. They're called Sakhis, they are friends. And she'll say, come. You are offering flowers to her now. Come, let's make flowers. So you are the one going to those places, taking up the flowers, decorating her place, her palace. That joy which you are getting here, now you are 100% employed there to do that work. Got it? Vishwas is asking, Ma, will it be possible to explain the spiritual significance of the elements like copper, iron, silver, gold, and alloy bronze, etc., in the enclosure of Sri Puran? No, I told you, in the beginning itself, when Brahmaji told Vishwakarma, you are going to make a spiritual abode, and he asked, how shall the spiritual abode, what will the spiritual abode be made up of? How it should look? And his answer was, whatever is there is in the material world, it is mass expansion. So exactly, whatever is in the material world, that has to be there in the spiritual world. So when you ask me the significance, if we see gold in this world, where has this gold come from? Here, we see gold mixed with dust. But there, original gold is there. It is not mixed with any dust. Alloys, we make it here, but there, they are originally there. So everything valuable, which we call as prosperity, which we are looking here. And this prosperity here is all temporary. But in that place which is our original home, we have to first realize this. Our original home is mass abode. Here on earth, we hanker for all these things. But this thing is always there in that abode. From where has this thing come here? Anything that has come on earth, from where is its origin? Where is its original place? It has come from mass, original abode. So all that original abode is that, and this earth is just an expansion of that. It's just a reflection. So when that space was created, when that palace was created, Vishwakarma was given that instruction that mass expansion is everywhere. If people on earth are praying to her, whatever they are using to pray to her, everything in that original form has to be here in this Srinagar. So that is why the abode was made. What is the purpose of seasons there? We are having 6 seasons here. Where are the seasons living? From where are they coming? Exactly there. So that's how we see. Anything what you see on this planet, whether it is prosperity or not, or whatever it is, everything, the origin is Srinagar. That's how we have to see. And the meditation like this helps us. But anyway, this is Srinagar Varnan from the book. After this is completed, I'll read Bhavana Upanishad. The meditation on this helps us to realize our higher self. When we are living in this body, we always feel restricted, always limited, and always dissatisfied. But we are not this. We are not this body. We are the soul. Where have we come from? From the spiritual world. How is the spiritual world? Either it is Goloka Vrindavan or you see mass place. Both the Varnan, both the description are just like this. Whether you hear the description of Goloka Vrindavan or you hear the description of Srinagar. Similar to same. So many enclosures, so many palaces, so many this, so many that. Why? Because we think this world is everything. But no, our real world is there. Whatever good and best things you see on this earth, it is just a fragment, just a spark of the spiritual world. And that world is our world. So that is why all this gold enclosure, this copper enclosure, bronze enclosure, all this is given for us to connect to our real home. Okay. But anyways, all these things again we are going to do as per Bhavana Upanishad. When we read, it seems very different. It seems like the world is somewhat different, but everything is inside us. We will read from Bhavana Upanishad when we finish this chapter. All right. So all the seasons are there. The bumblebees are there. And you go ahead and you see one palace. That palace belongs to Mantrini. Mantrini, who is the minister of Ma Lalitambika. Mantrini is the one who is the goddess of all mantra. Mantrini is the one, when we are worshipping Devi, Mantrini sits in our man. And she liberates our mind. So her quarter is there. So Mantrini, and then she is the one who gives music. She is the one whose energy is in all the matrikas, Sangeet Matrika. She is also known as Bhavashri. That is her another name. She has many attendants. They are all bluish in colors, or some of them look like parrots. So she has parrot all the time with her. So all these are parrots. Now understand what is parrot. I'll tell you. Whenever you are meditating and whenever you are thinking about anything on that abode, anything and everything is high class souls and devotees in some life. In this life, you are praying so strongly to Ma, as I told you, at the time of death, you are thinking of Raj Matangi. Say, her picture is coming to your eyes. You have seen that picture so many times that when you, at the time of death, life is a preparation, death is examination. At the time of death, you are lying and then you are seeing Matangini, Raj Matangini. So many pictures you have seen. And on Raj Matangini, you are seeing the parrot. You are lying on the bed. You are about to die. And in your consciousness, Raj Matangini with the parrot. She's talking to parrot. You left your body. Body is lying here on earth. From dust, it came in dust, it goes. Now you are on your journey, you enter the abode. When you enter the abode, you go to this Matangini's palace, and now you are seeing so many parrots. You yourself might become a parrot. What does a parrot do? The parrot has a quality. A parrot, whatever is taught to her, will repeat it as it is. It will not do any mixing. Parrot is very pure. It is very entertaining. And parrot knows to eat the sweetest fruit. It knows. We all know about Shukadevji. His name is Shuka. Why is his name Shuka? Shuka means a parrot. Because whatever the knowledge he got from his father, Vyasadeva, he gave the same knowledge as it is. Without making any mixture. Repeated as it is. Saintly people who give the knowledge, what they learned in their parampara from their gurus, just like this, without mixing anything. Without mixing anything. So giving the knowledge as it is. So those saintly people on earth who were passing on the knowledge as it is, without mixing, without changing, without anything, those are the parrots who are giving the mantras as it is. Sages and saints, they are the parrots. Sages and saints, Shukadeva Maharaj, when he gives the Bhagavad, it is said, Bhagavad is so beautiful, it is a ripened fruit of all Agam and Nigam. And he tasted it first. And it is such a fruit that there is no seed in it. It's the softest fruit, sweetest fruit. The more you eat the fruit of Bhagavad, the more you drink that nectar from Bhagavad, the more you want to drink. So those sages who know what is the essence of all the scriptures, they are drinking themselves that joy, that rasa, that essence, that nectar of all the scriptures. And then they give that nectar of scriptures to others. Those are the sages, the saints, the pure ones who are going there and becoming the Shuka. Shuka means parrot. So you see, Mantrini is surrounded by all these people. So Mantrini is always having a parrot, Rajmatangi, parrot. The parrot are disciples, devotees, sages, saints who are very, very, very pure, who know the essence of the scriptures and who deliver the essence as it is, just like Shukdev ji. So when you see parrot, you see Shukdev ji. Mantrini is the Devi of all the mantras that are coming. Matrika. Who is the one giving energy? Mantrini. So her quarters are there. So we do namaskar to Mantrini. She is bluish in color, Shyama Varna. And she also has 8 Devis, 8 attendants. So Mantrini's palace is there and she has 8 attendants and all the 8 attendants are there. Then there are crores of Matanga Kanyas who are her attendants, who are with Mantrini. And they have palaces. These palaces are reddish in color, made out of rubies. Pushparag, rubies. Again, red color, I have always told, red color signifies many things. Red color signifies love. Red color signifies passion. Red color signifies desires. By the time, somebody is praying to Mantrini, they have become Siddhas. And who is a Siddha? I always told you, the one who is in love with Bhagavan is a Siddha. To enter this abode, you are a Muktatma, first of all. You are a Siddha. The one who is always colored with the love of Ma is a Siddha. Chanting so much mantras that Ma and you have become one in thought. You don't exist. It's only Ma who exists. Becoming one means your existence you forgot. It's only Ma. If somebody is deep down that much in love with Ma, that is signified by this rubies. So Mantrini, her palaces are made up of rubies, and she has so many other quarters near Mantrini's main palace. Her main 8 attendants are there. Then there are millions of other Matanga Kanyas, and then there are Siddheshas, all the Siddhas. As I told you, Mantrini means the one who is giving you Siddhi, mantra Siddhis. All the Siddhas, all the Paramahansas, all the sages, all the saints who are great devotees of Ma, they are also having their quarters somewhere close to Mantrini. So you are seeing all the Siddhas whom you have thought of. Maybe Agastya Muni, maybe Parshuramji, maybe Manuji, maybe Kapil Muni. All Siddhas are in this quarters somewhere near Mantrini. So you remember all of them. Then all the gurus of Sri Vidya, maybe Shankaracharya, maybe other Navnaths, all of them are there in that area near Mantrini. The Siddha Gurus, the Manva Gurus, everybody is there near that area. All right, so then we go ahead and then we see Batuk Bhairavs. So there are quarters, there are areas of Batuk Bhairavs, and they are with their Bhairavis sitting there, and they are defending that area. They have swords in their hands, and they are sitting with their Devis. They all look very darkish in color, and they are close to, their number is close to 80 million, 8 crores. So many Bhairavs are there, and out of them there is 8 main Bhairavs, and then there are close to 32,000 Batuk Bhairavs. All of them are there, and they are all sitting there, and they are meditating on the lotus feet of Ma Tripura. Then you go inside all these enclosures. Then you see another palace. The walls are made out of diamonds. This is the strongest one. So Vajra mein diware. And then there is a river that is flowing, and which is shining as bright as diamonds. It is that clear. And then you go there, you keep walking near this river. It's called Vajra River. It's looking like a diamond. And then you see the river is flowing down somewhere. There's a deep valley, and there's a gorge, and you go right near the gorge. And then you see there are a lot of stones, yellow stones, which are shining bright. And there you see there is another palace. And that palace is made out of diamonds and yellow stones. And that palace is of Vajreshwari. So there are three different Devis whom we worship in Tripura. Tripura's worship. So Vajreshwari is one of the Devi. So Vajreshwari's quarters now you are seeing. So you saw Mantrani, you saw Bhairavs, you saw Siddhas, you saw Vajreshwari's. Hers is yellow color. And then she is decorated with jewelry, and all the jewelry is made out of diamonds. And she is being worshipped by Indra and other devatas. All the celestial beings are worshipped. Then you go inside, and there you will see near Vajreshwari, there are more red color palaces, which is made out of corals. So coral is like, coral stone is more of a earthly texture. So when we say earthly texture, all those devatas, Naga devatas, who are below the earth. So Naga devatas' duty is to protect the earth below. So all these devatas, they are living in this coral area inside, right near the Vajreshwari's estates, palaces. And then you go more inside. So you're seeing the Nag Devatas, the coral area. And then you see there's another area which is made out of blue stones, sapphires and emeralds. So in this blue stones, you will see there are some you will recognize some of the people because they were with you when you were on planet Earth. So they are from earthly planets. So some of the beings are from other universes. Some of the beings are from the Devata Lokas. Some of the beings are from the lower planetary system. So some are from the higher planetary system, some from the lower planetary system, and some from the Earth. All these 14 planetary system people who are worshipping Ma Lalita and her attendants, they are all there. So you go into that quarters, which is made out of blue sapphires or emeralds. You will see all the earthly beings are there. They are also busy doing some work, or they are praying to Ma Tripura. Then you go more further, you will see, oh, there are places where there is a lot of pearls shining, and right near that pearl doors, okay, you will see there are Dikpals, all the deities who are like security guard. They are watch guards in all the 8 directions, 10 directions. So those people are there. So you worship them also. Then you go ahead, you will see that there are emerald walls. And in that emerald wall, you go further, then there's a forest which has trees, and the trees are very beautiful. They have very golden, they have golden leaves, and the wind there is blowing very beautifully. The wind is carrying a lot of good smell. And you go further ahead, you will see more walls, more houses, and more houses made up of again red stones. And then in between, beyond these walls, you will see there is another fort, a very big fort. And in that fort, you will again see more Siddhas, more Munis, all of them are there. Inside that fort, you will see there are 9 gems. There are sitting area made up of 9 gems. Inside that you go, you will see Vishnu and Vishnu's Parshads, Vishnu servants. They are there. There you bow down to all of them. After that, you again go into another fort. So one fort, the next fort. And inside that next fort, you will see Shivji is there, and Shivji's quarters are there, and Shivji's attendants, all the Pramath Gana. All his attendants are there. So you do namaskar to all of these people. So you saw Mantrani, you saw Bhagma, you saw Vajreshwari, you saw Bhairav, you saw Vishnuji, and his attendants. Then you saw Shivji and his attendants. And then you go inside. You will see a red wall. In that wall, first of all, you cross that wall, and then you see a nice water body. So it is circular in area. So it seems like there's a water body, but you can cross that water. So you cross that water and you go there. In that water, you will see there are many beautiful lotuses that are blooming. And in that water, you will see many beautiful celestial swans, water birds, etc. They are there inside. And in that water, that big water, it's like a pond. It's surrounding the walls, the red colored walls. So then there is a boat which is there. And in that boat, you will see that Ma is sitting. So this is Ma's leisurely place where Ma will sit in the boat and she will go for a boat ride. So this darshan you are going to have, that the boat is there, which takes Ma for the boat ride inside. And that in that area, you will see there is one Devi who is sitting. Her name is Tara. So Devi Tara is sitting in Padmasana along with her devotees. So you saw, now you come to Ma Tara. And she is surrounded by thousands and thousands of devotees. And her palace is looking very beautiful, made up of all the gems that you can think of, and very, very shiny. The walls are conscious walls, buddhi mein diware. So the walls are very conscious, and walls can change their pattern. They're based on the mood of Ma Tara. So you will see such kind of walls which are changeable. They can change colors, they can change their shape, they can change anything. So the walls are also conscious walls. And you go inside, and then there is a beautiful pond which is called as Ananda Vapika. You sit near the pond, and this pond will only fill you up with tremendous bliss. So the waters of the pond is bliss. And in that area, there is another Devi who is sitting with, she's called Amriteshi, and she's sitting with her Shaktis. And you go inside more, and there is another wall, and beyond the wall, there's one more pond. In that pond, there is another Shakti called Vimarsha. She is pure knowledge. And near this pond, you will see there's a boat. And in that boat, you see one Devi, she's called Kurukulla. So Kurukulla Devi is there. So you saw Tara, you saw Vimarsha, you saw Amriteshi. Now you're seeing the Kurukulla deity here. You pray to her. Kurukulla is the one who gives you permission to go and have the darshan of Ma Tripura. So you take her permission. And if she is happy on you, she removes all the ignorance while you're in this body. Kurukulla is the one who will remove all the ignorance. And while in this body, she can give us darshan. But when we have the darshan will be like this. You will be crossing all these places. So now you have heard it. Now your subconscious mind has heard it. So when you go, when you leave your body, you have the knowledge. You will see and you will recognize it. After that, Kurukulla allows you, and then you are able to go inside, and you will see all the walls. The next walls are Suryatmak, means full of radiant blazing suns. That's how radiant it is. So you go inside that, and then there you will see that Surya Bhagwan is sitting there. So you bow down to Surya Bhagwan. Along with Surya, Surya is divided into 12 Ravis. So all the Ravis are sitting. And then along with Ravis, there is Martanda Bhairav. He is sitting. So Martand and Bhairav, all of them who are as brilliant as the sun, they are all sitting there. And then there is Som, who is Chandra, moon deity. He is also sitting there, and he is spreading his Amrit Kiran, all the rays of nectar. He is spreading everywhere. So you bow down to him, and then you go furthermore. There you will see there are Kamdevs, a lot of Cupid, and Cupid along with his Rati. Many, many Kamdevs are there, and they are serving the, doing their work in the palace. You go more deeper, and you will see that there are beautiful ponds with beautiful flowers there. And you go more deeper, 1,000 yojan more. And then there you will see that there are plants which are orangish in color, saffron in color. So this kind of plants are there, very saffron colored plants are there. You go more inside, then there is a house. Now you come to a chamber, okay, proper chamber. This chamber is Tripura's chamber, and that Tripura's chamber is made up of Chintamani. So the pearl, the name is Chintamani. What does Chintamani means? Chintamani means something that can fulfill all your desires. So this was your desire for all this long, to see Mata in front of you. After all this journey, seeing all these Devi Devtas, now you are entering that chamber, which is Ma Tripura's chamber. So that chamber will have 4 walls, O Vishwakarma. And all these walls are going to be divine walls. These walls have to be shining like Agni, like fire. And this chamber will be spread to around 500 yojans, and there will be 12 pillars of Surya Kala, and it has to go. The pillars have to be very, very big. This interior chamber has to be spread for a very long, at a very long area. And then all the kalas, 16 kalas of moon will also be standing there. And there will be a Sri Chakra. And in that Sri Chakra, all the Shaktis will be there. And these Shaktis are surrounding, sitting near a sarovar, okay, near a pond. And then you keep going inside. So the internal chamber itself starts with seeing all the Shaktis, seeing all the kalas, the Surya kalas, seeing all the Chandra kalas, seeing the Agni kalas, and then you see the Shaktis. Now all these energies are there, and then there is a sarovar again. There is a pond again. You go into that pond, and then you go furthermore, and there is a kund, and in that kund there is Chidagni. There is a conscious Agni which is burning all the time. And you go further, you will see that Tripura's father Agni, because Tripura came from Agni. So Tripura's father Agni is standing there. He is surrounded by close to with many Jwala Malinis. They are surrounding her with they are surrounding him, and they are standing there. You go more further, and on the western side, you will see that there is a Rath. There is a chariot of Chakra, that is Tripura's Chakra. And that beautiful chariot is decorated with so many monies, so many gems, so many stones. And then this Rath, this chariot is close to 1,000 yojan big and very high. And it has 10 horses. What are these horses? Our Indriyas are these horses. And whatever is there in the sansar, in the world, is all depicted in this Ratha. And the wind is the flag of this Ratha, the chariot. Then it has a canopy. The Akash, the ether, is the canopy. And this Rath is, when you look at it, it is so big that you feel like it is spread everywhere. This chariot is spread everywhere. And so you saw the Chakra, you saw the Ratha. Now in this Chintamani chamber, in this particular enclosure, you will see that there is Chakranayak, Kameshwar, and all the Devis which are in the now 9 enclosure, now Avaran. When we do the Sri Chakra Puja, there is now Avaran. So all the Devis of this now Avaran are here in the internal chamber. And in this internal chamber, you will see Tripura Devi is there sitting, where she's sitting with Bhagwan Kameshwar. She's sitting on the lap of Bhagwan Kameshwar, and all the Panch Brahmas have become her seat, and she's sitting there. So in this way, you will go inside this Srinagar and you will see all these Devis. So this was Srinagar Varnan, one whole chapter dedicated on Srinagar Varnan. This is a meditational thing. We should read it again and again if you want to. This is our real home. This is where we are supposed to go. All the purpose of the sadhana that we are doing is to connect with her. Where is she living? She's living in Manidvipa. Where are the description? It is given in Tripura Rahasya. It is also given in Devi Bhagavad. So all the spiritual abode, how they look, they are already been described in our books. The next chapter is Pancha Shaptamodhyaya. How is Devi? Who are her attendants? And where, when she appears. Okay, so when the Vishwakarma has been given guidelines, and Vishwakarma goes and he tries to build that. After that, Devi appears. Devi asks, "Give me my seat. Where do I sit?" So Brahmaji, whatever he knows, he creates a seat for her with all his knowledge. But she is so full of energy that the seat gets burnt. Brahmaji creates multiple seats for Devi Asan, but Devi is not able to sit. So then Bhagwan Shiv, he comes out. He's like, "Brahmaji, leave it. I'll make one asan for her." And Shivji then makes one asan out of his devotion, and Devi then accepts that asan. When Devi just accepts that asana, so Vishwakarma made this, and Devi accepts the asana of Lord Shiva, then Brahmaji looks, wow, she accepted this. And then Brahmaji proposes, Devi, you have come for a great work. You are Shakti. Nobody can bind you. Nobody can bind you. But still, you should have someone as your spouse. So we want to see your form as your spouse. Shivji, when he made the asana, you know what he did? He brought his Sadashiv form. And that Sadashiv form has become like a bed, like, a small asana. And on that Sadashiv form, Devi is sitting. So that is her asana. Now Brahmaji is requesting, I want to see you. We all devatas want to see you, along with Kameshwar, along with your spouse, your male form. So please come. Shivji, they look at Shivji, and Brahmaji is like, Shivji, why don't you marry her? Shivji is like, I cannot. How can I? Who can marry her? She is Shakti incarnate. Who can marry a Shakti? It is not possible. She has to decide. So this little Leela is happening, and Devi is so happy. She's like, Brahmaji, you want it, right? I'll do it for you. And immediately she herself gives her vision, and she is divided into two, Shiva and Parvati. She has become one of male form and the female form. So Sadashiv form is there as the seat where she's sitting, and she's sitting along with Shiva and herself. And she says, okay, this is, and the Devatas are seeing. And she says, okay, you wanted me to see with my male counterpart, right? Now give the name. What is the name that you want to give? Brahmaji is thinking, what name? And Shivji says, don't worry. From now onwards, this form will be called Tripur Sundari, and the Shiva will be called Tripur Sundar. You will be called as Kameshwari, and Shiva will be called as Kameshwar. And you will be called Rajrajeshwari, and Shiva will be called Rajrajeshwar. So this was the name given by Shiva himself to that form of Devi. So Devi, when we read the name of Devi in Lalita Sahasranam, Shiva Kameshwarankastha Shiva Swadhina Vallabha. So Devi is sitting on the lap of Shiva, Lord Shiva. She is called as Shiva because she is the female energy of Shiva, Lord Shiva. But she is not Paradhin. She is Swadhina. And Shiva accepts her, Swadhin means independent. And Shiva accepts her independent nature, Swadhina Vallabha. That is the greatness of Shiva. That she is the greatest energy, and she is Swadhin, even though I am her male counterpart. But she is not, as we think in the world, oh, the man is superior and the woman is down. No, here equality. And Shiva says, she is Swadhin. She is independent. She can do whatever she wants to do. With that respect, everybody pays their obeisances to her. And then the story ends here. Next class, when we meet, we will read about all the Devis and the Devatas in the Sri Chakra, how Devi divided herself into many energies, and all those energies are mentioned in our Sri Chakra worship. So we are going to take those names. So we'll end up the class here now. Let me see your comments, and then we'll stop. No class tomorrow, no Gita class also tomorrow. Okay. Jai Guru Ma missed BG class. A little bit of Tripura Rahasya. We'll listen on YouTube. No worries. All right, that one I explained. Thank you very much for the kind explanation. So beautiful explained. From the Ma last night in Kashmir, I don't know that Srinagar or what was looking numbers of my date of birth. What is, I don't know. Shalud versus call Ma. Now Ma is come, written and lovely home. Wonderful. Pranama. Highly overwhelming description of Ma's chamber, Agni's residence and Agnihotra system of Ma. Beautifully explained. Wow, Ma. Yes, I will try to meditate on this. We can meditate on this for hours. Thank you, Ma. And also, this may be a little different. So go to Saundarya Lahari on the channel, Saundarya Lahari playlist. Go to sloka number 8. I have already described Srinagar. If you want, that will be very helpful to you. Listen to it, and that is much easier to understand. Okay. So much respect to Devi. Ironically, women are not treated well in our society, but that's not how our scriptures are. You look at Krishna Bhagwan, he also gives very much respect to all the ladies. And Shivji, though, he is so known. He's too known to give up himself, and he's like, okay, Devi, do whatever. You want to climb on me, climb. No problem. That's what Shiva is. So yeah, we always respect. Look at Ram, how much respect for his wife, So yeah, always. Okay. So all of you have a Lalitamay day and a happy Raksha Bandhan to all of you. And we will see you a day after tomorrow. Jai Ma.
Happy Raksha Bandhan, Ma.
Jai Ma, Jai Ma.
Jai Ma.
Jai Ma,
Happy
thank you.
Rakshabandhan Ma, Charan Sparsh.
Jai Ma, Jai Ma.
Happy Rakshabandhan Ma.
Happy Rakshabandhan.
Thank you
Jai Ma.
so much.
You're welcome.
Jai Ma, thank you.
Jai Ma.
Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much.
Yeah.